welcome to one of the last ranked battle replays. And today I'm gonna feature MolochZ from the NBN clan, who's playing the well-known Fletcher class destroyer of the US Navy. And first of all I will introduce the Fletcher, even though I think it's well known. Fletcher is kind of the workhorse of the fleet, so to say, and in ranked, it got rid of his place like a gunboat. Now I would more place it as a torpedo boat. It has a really good torpedo reload time. Guns are of course also pretty good, but in terms of gunpower and eliminating enemy destroyers, I think that Jutland and Kitakaze are still better in this regard. In my ship recommendation list, I think I put it on playable. Normally it would be top notch, but with the addition of Kitakaze and Jutland, I had to readjust this because, Fletcher is a good ship, no doubt about it, but in this regard, it's just not such a great competition for a Jutland or Kitakaze in a 1 versus 1. Therefore, more towards the playable place. Alright, so he's playing on Sleeping Giant, going active in the mid and scouts. What you want to do in the Fletcher is, when you don't play it as a gunboat, you don't want to use your guns. You want to act as a spotter. This is really important. Means you have to play careful. You can't play aggressive. If you look at the enemy lineup, they have a Z46 and a Kitakaze, so Kitakaze will be an issue to take on. Z46, under the circumstances that you can spot him and he's not sitting in smoke and using his hydro, you're definitely also fine.
Enemy force detected.
He leaves this consumable reload and goes for the concealment buff. Okay, that can go wrong in my opinion. You have to be really careful here.
Engine boost activated.
I would just sit or reverse towards the concealment thingy and play it as safe as possible and allow my teammates to shoot the enemy destroyers while disengaging. Also, if the enemy is... oh, yeah, Kitakaze, that's what I mean. Now you're smoking up. That's not what's recommended, but I like your torpedoes, you anticipated the path, and therefore you chunked the Kitakaze down. But yeah, when it comes to gun damage, I think it's clear that you are not as strong as a Kitakaze, for example, who wisely chose to disengage and don't shoot at all.
Smoke screen set.
So that's already a good thing for you, because now you can sneak. But I'm not sure if it's a good idea to go bow on. There's still a Z46 somewhere around. You don't know where he is. If he's sitting in the smoke there with hydro, you have a big issue. So this is risky play. Not a thing I would recommend. Because I saw a lot of people dying by being too greedy for these buffs. Yeah, the buffs are nice and gives your team some advantages, but sometimes you just sacrifice your ship just for getting it, and that's normally not worth it. So always keep that in mind. Play it safe, especially if you're not sitting in a top-notch destroyer. Opening up fire here is fine, because you have help from your friendly Kitakaze. But we see also the issue here. You want to be close in the Fletcher to make your shells work, and as soon as someone disengages, it's not as easy to hit anymore. And now by reversing, you just killed the vision. That guy could have been dead. Still, I think you're doing an okay job. Minor things that you should change in terms of playing more safe, because ranked is all about playing safe, and only if you are on the back foot because you lost a ship or so, you can play a bit more aggressive. Okay, Z46 is on the other side, just took out the Alsace, who just both of your battleships went there without destroyer support, which is of course really bad, unless they have Hydro or something like that. I'm playing way too aggressive in my opinion. Alright, but you have control over the mid, which is also worth something, that's for sure. Yeah, the torpedoes are really great on the Fletcher. 10.5 kilometer range, really small reload time, and definitely a decent amount of damage that you can put out. And it's also a good lineup for you because there are 3 battleships on the enemy team, which is always really good for you. The more battleships, the better torpedo destroyers become. In this case, it's a hybrid, but you play it more as a torpedo destroyer. Especially with hydroacoustic, you have a way easier time, in my opinion. Not hydroacoustic, RPF. Because then you can launch the torpedoes in, or have always a clue where the enemy destroyers are. But yeah, not everybody has a 90-point captain, so you have to make some sacrifices. Since your torpedoes are reloading pretty quick, doesn't matter too much. Alright, you decide to support your Kitakaze. I'm not sure. Normally, one destroyer should stick in the middle. The Kitakaze can take out the enemy Kitakaze pretty easily. As far as I know, there were no heal buffs, so you don't have... Oh, yeah, there was, actually. I just saw it here with the Musashi who's healing right now, slowly but steadily. Okay, there's a heal buff. Okay. Yeah, taking pot shots, you can hide behind the island. After that, that's fine. You should get undetected anytime soon. Just be aware that there is this firing debuff still for 20 seconds. It's not gone immediately. It's still up. It's of course... you could sacrifice a bit more HP. Yeah, that's what I don't like at all. You didn't make sure that someone can spot the Musashi. Don't even know why he spotted. Is the Ibuki? Seems as if the Ibuki is spotting him. This is of course lucky because I would have thought, nah, that's not going to work. Also like that you only used one launcher. Battleship players with some awareness, they will change their courses if they are in this situation like you are right now, like the Musashi is. And normally if they're really smart, they won't damage con at all and just will count the volleys that you, of torpedoes that you shot at him. And I also wouldn't have shot in the Musashi's place, because now he gave away his position, allows you to get an even better hit with your torpedoes.
Engine boost deactivated.
Since your Kitakaze ran in Kitakaze torpedoes, Kitakaze is up. You should focus on the Kitakaze. You should focus on the Kitakaze. You were a bit too tunnel visioned. Yeah.
Enemy battleship foundered.
I think HP wise you can take on now the Kitakaze. And if you take him out, this game is practically won. Okay, you decide otherwise.
Problem solved, sir.
You have even the support of the Ibuki, so I would go for the Kitakaze here. Always. You have to win this fight here. And you just see how quickly this Kitakaze is murdering you, even though he has less HP. Don't know what your Ibuki is doing. He's trying. Yeah, okay. The support of the Ibuki wasn't that much actually, so yeah, you have to play cautious now. Can't chasing would be a bad idea because yeah, with the guns of the Fletcher, that's not the thing I would recommend. So, but he's also low. You're both healing. Next time you should be able to finish him with some support. Concentrating on the middle is now fine, as long as your Ibuki stays safe. Ibuki needs to stay somewhere here and try to get not unspotted, then you can light the targets up for him so you can free farm the enemy ships. But it's a typical rank game. You think you have it in the back and then suddenly things
Engine boost activated.
are going the other way. Yeah, I'm not so sure. There can always happen something. If Ibuki dies, then you're in a big trouble. I wouldn't also aim for the Ibuki first. I would aim for the Sas. Sas is the target that you want to go for. He will make a 180 turn, so don't top on that path. He will go immediately in. No. The marker, that's not going to work normally. Why would he run here? He will run back into the Ibuki chase down the Kitakaze is good. But that's the thing you have to anticipate at some point. Why would the Alsace go this way? I mean, of course, double purpose tops on the Ibuki as well, but still, why would he go here? He will go into the cap area as soon as possible because they need to block it, so you can't cap them out. So keep that in mind. Anticipate the enemy movements. It's also really, really important if you want to land torpedoes. You see? He did exactly what I said. He took the shortest route towards the cap. Yeah, grabbing the buffs is fine, but be aware that they know where you are right now. It's also a thing. And your Ibuki is doing the right thing. He's not even going down here. He will go here. Just aim for the Alsace. The Alsace has no hydro. That's a thing I would do and recommend. And I mean, the Ibuki is your biggest threat. That's true, but yeah. Play safe. Play safe. By the way, I checked the stats of this interceptor guy. It's below 50%, so tells you the whole story. The guys who like play the worst, trying to advise. So I would recommend to just keep it a bit more calm. Make sure that you hit torpedoes. That is really important. Don't throw them. Don't spam them right now. You want to make your torpedoes count. And you can also leave the cap because the Ibuki is blocking it. That's all fine. Yeah, that interceptor guy has a tendency of backseat driving. I mean, I'm also giving some advice, but I'm mostly staying calm. Because it doesn't bring you much. The people are more confused than it's helpful most of the time. Alright, so this time you aim for the Alsace, which is fine, and this is a good thing. Also, I like that you are staying in the torpedo side, since you want to get... that looks good. That will be some topside. So you don't alarm them, but then you suddenly change. Okay. But this one should seal the deal. I think the Alsace repaired the flooding. And again, I don't like your smokes. You can't... Who's spotting for you? Nobody is spotting for you. That's the thing that you should really learn. Make sure that you have someone to spot. And this is what I also said about in the my Kitakaze replay. That's what prevented me of doing damage. Because everybody smoked up and thought, yeah, I need to do this and that. Yeah, there's a spotter plane, true. But just make 100% sure. Also, when it comes to damage output, the Ibuki, or your friendly Ibuki, is way better than you are. So you want to always bring the people or the ship's guns to bear that can put out the most damage, which would be the Ibuki here. Maybe you just tell him, Ibuki, I'm spotting for you, you can just farm him. Because that would be the smartest choice here. Because then you go into the cap, let the Ibuki find a place where he's able to use its guns, and yeah. But as of right now, it looks pretty good for you. You have a significant point lead. You might grab the one or other buff here. I think the Ibuki is going for the consumer buff in the north. Then you can go to the one in the south. And he decided otherwise. And now, are you anticipating? Yeah, he's making a full 180 turn. Yeah. Yeah, with Torp exactly there.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
And of course, this heal buff makes it. The Ibuki will be like, oh, I can get a heal buff. Could be a thing of greediness. And yeah, he's running right into your torps. That should seal the deal. That was good anticipated torpedoes. Wow, he survived, okay. I thought the last volley would hit, but there was nothing. Yeah, your Ibuki could play a bit more aggressive now. He's like not using his guns at all, which is highly questionable. I mean, you can play it safe, but you don't have to play it so safe. That interceptor guy. How I love these people. What did he play, by the way? Played the Kitakaze. Ah, yeah. That was the guy who like smoked up right in front of the enemy Kitakaze. And yeah, you take out the Ibuki for the last tower. So overall, I would say pretty okayish played. Some issues I pointed out, I think. But it was a good game to demonstrate what the strengths of the Fletcher are. And for those who don't or didn't play the Fletcher yet, and maybe there's another ranked season of Tier 9 coming, that's a blueprint of how to play it, more or less. A bit less risky maybe, and maybe make sure that you have vision when you smoke up. These are the things that I would criticize. Apart from that, I think it was a pretty solid play. You played it in the end, especially very calm and safe, and yeah, therefore you are deserved the victory here, and yeah, did a quite good job. Yeah, ended up in 2,400 base XP, which is also pretty nice. Yeah, great game there, Moloch. Maybe you just change the things I was pointing out, and I think then you're doing really fine. Apart from that, that's it from this replay. No, okay, I go over the build. I would suggest to play with the Fletcher, and then we make an end to this video. Alright, here we are, quickly over the modules and the captain build. Yeah, for ranked without CVs you need the motor boost only. I think damage control party and the smoke is a must, because the smoke you can use to smoke up friendly ships, and the earlier it's available, the better it is. Then you have motor boost that doesn't need to be necessarily a premium consumable. Oh, I didn't play Fletcher here for a while, it looks like. Then, yeah, main armor modification 1, you don't want to get your guns broke or break all the time. Then propulsion modification 1, I think it is. Then I would go for accuracy on the gun, so aiming system modification 1. Propulsion modification 2, because your radar shift time is base 3.0 seconds, which is already enough, you don't need more radar shift. Then of course concealment, and last but not least, to address the torpedo boat focus, torpedo armament modification 3, which reduces the torpedo reload time by 15%. Then quick to the captain itself. Yeah, there's you could set up a debate here. Actually, I would let me respect my Fletcher, because as of right now, would play it like this. Last stand, of course. Survivability expert, or experts of survivability. Concealment expert, and regarding ranked, I would say 3 smokes are enough. So you go for torpedo armament expert, an extra 10%. Then AR, and last but not least, RPF. That would be my build for ranked. If you play randoms and you play a lot with your buddies and you like they are sitting in radar cruisers like Booster, Seattle or so, then of course go for Superintendent, makes more sense. For ranked, I would have used this one because 3 smokes is usually enough. You can additionally smoke one of your buddies or one of your teammates in the Seattle or so, or any other stealthy cruiser that has radar, and yeah, therefore 3 smokes should be enough in ranked. Alright, yeah, that's my recommended build for the Fletcher. Hope it helped out. Yeah, that's the Fletcher replay. Bye bye and see you next time.